Two Chairs No Waiting, episode number 819. Top 10 episodes of 2024. Two Chairs No Waiting is brought to you each week by the fine folks over at weaversdepartmentstore.com. Drop by and pick up things you might not have gotten for Christmas. Head over to Weavers and check out the new Mayberry Cityscape collection. Yeah, it has like the entire city of Mayberry in the background. You can pick up a accessory perch, a weave towel, a pillow cover. There's all kinds of different things over there to check out. And if you can't figure out what you want, go ahead and get you a gift certificate. That's right, you can get gift certificates at weaversdepartmentstore.com. Thanks so much for your support of Weavers. Two Chairs No Waiting is also brought to you by donations from listeners like you. The executive producer of episode number 819 are the folks who attended the Mayberry Meet-up in 2024. Thank you to everybody who did that and participated in the silent auction and everything we had. Thank you to all of you. And thank you for being here as well. And now it's Christmas time. We just wrapped up Christmas. This is always a fun time of year as we kind of wrap up the year right after Christmas. And folks have gotten new electronic devices, toys of some kind. Maybe they got phones or tablets, or maybe you got a smart TV. And now you can listen to or watch the podcast on your new device. And if you've never watched Two Chairs, and there's so many episodes, it's like, I don't know what to do. I can't catch up with all this stuff. So over the years, here at Two Chairs, we've tried our best to come up with ideas and ways to help people figure out which episodes they might want to go and check out, because all the episodes are pretty much standalone. So you can watch one and then pick another one and read the title that you think is going to be your favorite. So that's what we kind of try to do, is give you an idea of which ones you might like. So this year we're doing the top 10 episodes instead of top 20, because top 20 seemed to always be a little too many. But we're going to do the top 10 video episodes that are on YouTube and the top 10 audio episodes that were just the audio versions. So people just subscribe and listen to the podcast. So we'll go through both of those and give you hopefully an idea out of the 818 previous episodes, which ones might be some that you could go back and check out. Now, out of 818 episodes previous to this one, if you listen to every one of them, all of them, you'd be listening for 15 days, 7 hours, 45 minutes, or 44 minutes and 10 seconds. That's a lot of listening to me ramble on. But there are people that have done that. I've had people tell me that they've driven from Texas to Mayberry Days and listened to my podcast the entire time. And, of course, they didn't get all of them in that amount of time, because I'm sure they didn't listen 24 hours a day. When I say 15 days, it's 24-hour days, 15 days and 7 hours and 44. It's almost 16 days. I mean, it's really close to 16 days of podcast you can go and listen to. I'm sure after this particular episode, it will be 16 days that you could go and listen to them. So hopefully by giving you these top 10s, it's going to help you just give you a little bit of what to go and listen to. So let's get started on that. We're going to start off with the top 10 video episodes of Two Chairs No Waiting. Now, if you go to the Two Chairs video YouTube channel, which is basically, if you just go there, it's Allan Newsome is what you go to. You go to youtube.com and then, Allan Newsome will find me, and it'll find my channel of all the YouTube videos and everything. So if you go there and look, there's playlists and everything there where you would find all the stuff that's mine. And I just created the playlist for the top 10 episodes of 2024. So if you go there, you can just click it and listen to every one of them, or watch every one of them. They're YouTube videos. But that's of course up to you if you want to do that. But it's the top 10 episodes. So let's get started on those. I think you're really going to like this. Our very first episode of the top 10 was number 10, was episode number 783. It's called The Christmas Story. It's basically when I just reviewed the Christmas Story episode of the podcast, and it's had 500 and something views at the moment. So that's a good one. So check that out. That's just me reviewing episodes. The number 9 episode was 791, which is called Mayberry Tribute Artist Christy McClendon. Now, Christy is our Charlene Darlin tribute artist, and what an amazing job she does doing that. And this was a really fun interview for me. I've known her for quite a few years, and I finally interviewed her this year. Now, I should go ahead and qualify this. All of these I'm giving you are episodes that were published in 2024. I have other episodes that get more views every year than these episodes that I'm currently telling you about, but they're almost the same ones every year. So if you go back and listen to previous episodes of the top 20 episodes of that particular year, you would be able to check out the lifetime longest or most watched episodes of the podcast. But I thought it'd be more fitting to do just ones that were released in 2024. So that was number 9. That's number 9. Number 8 was 790, the episode number. It's called Mayberry Filming Locations Part 2. And this is a great one. It's talking about a trip that they went out to California, a group of people, the Mayberry chapter, and along with others that tagged along with that group, and went to so many locations where the Andy Griffith Show is actually filmed. And you get to see photos and everything because Cody does a great job telling us about it. There'll be more coming up later about this. As you notice, this one's called Part 2. And so this was what number am I on? Number 8. And so number 7 was the Christmas episode that just came out last week, actually, is our number 7 episode for the year, which is, man, I appreciate that. It was episode number 818, last week's episode, Mayberry Christmas to All Part 2. It was the name of it, or 2024. It says Mayberry Christmas to All 2024 Part 2. It was a little bit shorter episode, only about 16 minutes long, but it featured some really good songs by Russell Estes. Now, if you haven't heard those, I definitely encourage you to go back and check them out. The first one is not really Christmas related. It's a song he did about the tribute artist of Mayberry. And the second one is a Mayberry Christmas. A Mayberry Christmas is the second one. Really good, fun episode to check out. So that's number 7. Number 6 of the entire year was episode 770, The Manhunt. Now, that was from 11 months ago was when I did this, so it was early in the year. But this one is our number 6 episode for the year, most watched. Number 5. Number 5 is 798. It was News and Reports from Mayberry. I have no idea why this one did so well, but it did. And, I don't know if the title helped it, but this is our number 5 episode for the year. So thanks for everybody that watched it. I hope you guys enjoyed them. This one I do know why this one would be in our top. This is number 4. It's the 4th most watched episode for 2024. It's episode number 777. It's really easy to remember. It's Opie's pal Howie, an interview with Dennis Rush. Now, this is a great interview. It's one of the longer podcasts I did this year. And it's Dennis Rush, who played Howie, Opie's buddy. He went on the Mayberry cruise with us this year as well. But I was able to interview him here on the podcast even before that. He told so many amazing stories. And I've definitely mentioned, I think even during the podcast, that he and I probably talked 15 minutes before I started recording, and then another 15 or 20 after. We could have easily recorded another hour of podcast, because when we went on the Mayberry cruise back in the fall of 2024, he went with us as our special guest, and I was able to interview him again, and he told additional stories. Some were the similar stories that he told in this particular podcast, and others were brand new stories. He's going with us again on the Mayberry cruise in 2025. If you go and listen to this episode and enjoy it, please come with us and check it out. The cruise with Dennis coming up this next fall in 2025. I think you're really going to enjoy it. But this was our number 4 episode for the year, and it is a really good one. Our number 3 episode for 2024 was episode number 785. Clint Howard turns 65. This was my report, a story about my wife Jan and I getting to travel out to California and attend Clint Howard's 65th surprise birthday party. It was so fun to be honored to attend that event and get to speak to Clint while we were there. Got to meet Ron Howard, and his family was all there. All of Clint's family, all the Howards were pretty much there. I think there was a couple that couldn't make it, maybe. It seems like maybe one of the twins was there. I can't remember. But they all tried to be there, obviously, and it was really nice to meet them all. And it was so nice that we were invited. I did not expect that. Who would have ever thought that I would be able to attend Clint Howard's 65th birthday party? And we talk about it in that podcast. If you'd like to go and hear about that experience and our trip to California, we had a good time. That was the third most watched episode for the entire year. Now, remember, these are just the video versions. People also watch or listen to the audio versions of these podcasts, so numbers do add up. All right, so our number 2 video episode for 2024 was episode number 806, Andy and Opie Housekeepers. Now, that's my review or discussions about the episode, Andy and Opie Housekeepers. So go and check that out. It's a lot. Those are fun. I've enjoyed doing those episodes. It's hard to believe it wasn't until this year, it's still 2024 as I record this, that I started actually going through the seasons of the Andy Griffith Show and reviewing the episodes. I didn't finish season 1, so it continues into 2025. Our number 1 episode on the video for 2024 was episode number 789, which you might remember this from a few back. It is Mayberry filming locations. This was part 1 of the part 2 that you also heard me say was one of our top 10 as well. And this is Cody Sloan, and he gave a great report about an amazing trip that they took to California and going to locations where the Andy Griffith Show was filmed, discovering brand new locations or where they were. I guess he didn't actually discover them. He relocated those locations so that now we know where they are and can visit them ourselves if we are in California, in the Los Angeles area. A great trip, a great report from Cody. He did such an amazing job, sent in wonderful videos. Highly recommend checking it out. It was our number 1 most watched video episode for 2024. So, man, how fun. Now, that's our top 10 videos, top 10 video episodes for 2021. Now, we also have the audio version. Now, if you don't realize, this is the video. If you're watching it on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe, do all that stuff you're supposed to do. Like, subscribe, all that kind of thing, so you don't miss a single episode of the podcast. But you could also, if you have a podcast player, if you have an iPhone, you go to Apple Podcast or iTunes and subscribe to the podcast. If you go over to our Two Chairs No Waiting website, you will see links there to how to subscribe to the Two Chairs podcast. There's a big orange RSS button. You just click it and it'll subscribe you to every episode so you don't miss any of them, of the Two Chairs episodes, right? So they'll all show up in your list. So a lot of people just do that. They don't watch the video. They don't need to see me, but the video versions are fun, and I do add some content to it and try not to make it so that you audio listeners feel like you missed out. But there are just audio listeners. So our number 10 episode that was from our audio listeners, the most listened to, it is Irresistible Andy, episode number 776. That is the review of the entire episode, Irresistible Andy, that I did. You guys, if you ever go over to twochairsnowaiting.com and you go to these episodes, all the show notes are right there. You can read things. There's links to all kinds of stuff there. You can watch the video from that location as well. The links, all the related links to the episodes are there. So if you're new to the show, you might want to go over and check it out and see that. But this was our number 10 episode for the year. Number 9 was a plaque for Mayberry. It's episode number 811. Again, it was a review of the episode, A Plaque for Mayberry. So this is one about Otis where you got the plaque. So that's number 9. Number 8 is Opie's pal, Howie, an interview with Dennis Rush. That's the one I just told you a minute ago was one of our, I think, top 4. It was number 4 of the video. It was number 8 on the audio. So it's a very popular episode. Definitely go and check it out, and you'll get to hear from Dennis. Great job. It's episode number 777. If you go to the podcast site and go to the episode list and you can click search and just type 777. It'll take you straight to it. That's how you do it. But you have to go to episode list, and then the search is right under there. That's where you'll find the search. The search used to be on the side there, but evidently I have deleted it. Maybe I can put that back before you head over there. So anyway, that was number 8 for the year. Number 7 for the audio listeners was episode number 769, The New Housekeeper 2024. Now it's listed as The New Housekeeper 2024 because I had talked about the New Housekeeper episode, which is the very first episode of the Andy Griffith Show previously. Now this episode came out on January the 9th of 2024, and it is our 7th most listened to episode of the entire year. Now it's kind of cheating because it had a whole year to gather listens, but go and check those out if you enjoy just running through it. I share odd facts known by a few and all kinds of stuff during those episodes. Our number 6 episode from the audio side for 2024 is Opie's Charity, and it is episode 774. Again, you can go over and check out all the show notes. You can listen to it, get odd facts known by a few, all kinds of information's there. Where the information came from is linked to in the show notes on that episode write-up. You'll see that as well. Number 5 for 2024 audio is Ellie Comes to Town. That's episode number 775. Again, it goes into when Ellie first appeared on the Andy Griffith Show and everything that happened. It's the 4th episode aired of the Andy Griffith Show. So go and check that out. Lots of odd facts and information about that. The number 4 episode is Guitar Player. The Guitar Player is the number 4 most listened to episode of the year. Again, just a review of that episode of me going through it and giving you odd facts known by a few. Plus, there's trivia going on during these episodes too, so go and check it out. That's episode number 771, The Guitar Player. Number 3 is episode 770. 770 is the number 3 episode. There's too many numbers I'm reading. It's The Manhunt. The Manhunt also is just a review of the episode. It's the 2nd episode of the Andy Griffith Show called The Manhunt. It originally aired on October the 10th, 1969, and I'll tell you all the information you'd like to know about that episode during it. But that is a great episode. It's our 3rd most listened to for the year. And how surprising that our number 1 video episode and our number 2 audio episode are the same. Episode number 789, Mayberry Filming Locations. It is number 2 for the entire year. Being listened to. It's the same exact episode. So if you listen to or watch the podcast, you get the same content. You just don't get the visual portions that are shown. So while Cody does provide a audio commentary of it, if you watch the video version, you're able to see all the images that he shows during his presentation. So definitely something you want to check out, I think, probably by video. And our number 1 most watched episode for 2024, not most watched, most listened to episode is The Christmas Story. And that is, of course, my review of the episode The Christmas Story, the only holiday-related episode of the series, which was about Christmas when Ben Weaver tried to get himself arrested during the episode. It was the 11th episode aired of the Andy Griffith Show. A lot of fun information in that one. It was our number 1 most listened to episode of the year. Of all the episodes released in 2024, it was the number 1 most listened to. So there you go, guys. All that information I've given you there. The link to the playlist for the video is in the show notes for this episode. I don't really have a way, I didn't really create a playlist for the audio versions because you could just go to the website for Two Chairs No Waiting and search for those episode numbers and go see every one of them. Or just go listen to everything from this year. Whatever you'd like to do. But hopefully that is fun for you and you were able to see that. Now, there's some other things I want to mention because I'm the host of this podcast. You know, I've been here for a lot of years. Since 2008, I've been doing this podcast. And some of the new folks, I'm sorry for all you folks that's been listening for a long time, but some of the new folks may not know or be aware that you can watch your host, the host of this podcast, me. I was in a movie. Called Mayberry Man. That's right. There's a movie called Mayberry Man that you can go and watch, and it's on in a lot of free places. You can go and find it on Amazon Prime. It's on Tubi. You can buy DVDs of it at Weaver's and even get Floyd. If you don't know, I portray Floyd the Barber in this movie, and at Mayberry events as a tribute artist. You can go and you can even get an autographed copy of the DVD, so you can have it on your own DVD. But if you're like some people, they don't have DVD players anymore, so they stream everything. So you can definitely do that. You can watch it for free. It's even available on YouTube, so you can go and check it out on YouTube and watch the video there. I'm not getting a kickback for this, by the way, just so you know. And there's a link in the show notes for how to watch it on YouTube, because you can just go there. If you have a smart TV, go to YouTube, search for Mayberry Man, you'll find it, or follow the link that we have in the show notes. And as a special thing, what we did, after you watch the actual movie, you might want to watch the commentary. So Rick Roberts and I did commentary of the movie. There's a link in the show notes for that as well. I don't have a picture. Oh, I do have a picture of it. There's a link in the show notes for this, but it's called Mayberry Man Full Movie, and it has the commentary from Rick Roberts and myself, telling all about the behind the scenes stuff of making of Mayberry Man. So if you enjoy the movie, you can watch it and get the actual show and understand the movie. And then you could go and watch it again, basically hearing Rick and I talk for the entire movie. While you don't get to really watch the movie because you have to listen to us talk, but it's a lot of fun. The link is in our show notes. Now, Rick, if you don't know, he plays Barney in the movie. If you enjoy the movie, I'm also in the series because we did Mayberry Man, the series. It's 5 episodes. And right now you can purchase it on Amazon Prime Video. You can go there and purchase the 5 episodes. You can buy the DVD version at Weaver's, at weaversdepartmentstore.com. Or you can, if you have it, it's a streaming service called Up, Faith and Family. You can go and watch it there. It's exclusively there until February, I believe, of 25. It may be March. And then it will probably start appearing on other locations as well. So that's who I am. I do that. And I should, I guess, also mention I'm in a documentary that you'll see me that's partially related to the podcast called The Mayberry Effect. The Mayberry Effect is, I'm also in it as me, as the host of Two Chairs No Waiting. And I'm in it as Floyd a couple of times, but I'm in it a reasonable amount. It's a very good, I think, addition to the Mayberry Man thing, because it really goes into an entire conversation about why do people love the Andy Grover Show? What keeps it alive? It's 60 plus years old, and yet there are people that still attend events. There's people that dress up like characters, like me. There's people that travel from all over the country to go to Mount Airy, North Carolina for Mayberry Days, plus Scottsburg, Indiana for the Mayberry Comes to Scottsburg, plus Granville, Tennessee for the Mayberry I Love Lucy Festival that they do. What the story of the Mayberry Effect is about is why do people do that? Chris Hudson made the movie, and he actually is also in Mayberry Man. In that, they call him Craig. but he is Chris Hudson. And the Mayberry Effect actually appears in the Mayberry Man movie. So go and check that out. It's available on several locations. You can buy it at Weaver's, obviously, but you can go and check it out and see if it's something you might enjoy. So there you go, guys. There's lots of options of things you might enjoy doing. The show notes will have links to most all of this stuff that I've talked about. I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope you enjoyed yourself with this. I usually do trivia. I don't think I'm going to do any trivia tonight because it's still the holiday season. A lot of folks are going to be busy. Hopefully you had time to listen to this. Hopefully if you didn't have time at all in one setting, you can always pause. That's a wonderful thing about podcast or YouTube videos is you can pause and then pick it back up later. So hopefully you were able to do that. I just want to thank all of you who have been with me through the years and all of you new folks that may be showing up. Thanks for being here. I'd love to hear from you. You can give me a call at 888-684-8415. You can email me at floyd@imayberry.com or just drop by over at twochairsnowaiting.com and leave a message that way. I would love to hear from you, especially if you're new. If you're new, I'd love to hear from you. That'd be a lot of fun. Some of our regulars, I'd love to hear from them as well because they're the ones that keep everything together and keep things moving, keep me encouraged to come here. So I want to thank all of them. They're in our chat room right now. If you'd like to be with us on Monday nights at 8 p.m., we record at live.twochairsnowaiting.com. We record the show live with folks in chat rooms visiting and talking with one another. So folks, have a great week and we'll see you next time right here on Two Chairs.